And this is a retro spot on Inhumanoids, Earth Core, Dr. Derek Bright. He's one of the only few that actually don't have a, I guess a code name, if you want to think of it that way. The figure itself is on the same packaging as the other ones. He's got a removable, now he has removable claws and a removable glow-in-the-light helmet. I'm actually surprised because I thought these were just fixed, but there you go. There's his head, which I want to point out and comment on later. And on the back there is a picture of Dr. Derek Bright with his claw action going on there. If we look at his file card here, codename or file name Dr. Derek Bright, codename Digger. And I don't think he actually ever was called Digger in the cartoon. Occupation mining engineer, birthplace Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Weight is 5 foot 8 inches. Height 5 foot 8 inches. Weight 175 pounds. Hair blue or eyes blue. Looks like I should go back and take a nap. And hair is brown. Says Dr. Derek Bright constantly seeks to improve his inventions and himself. He's always devising a new gadget and continuously reads self-help books. After his legs were injured in a mining accident, he is technically handicapped. Dr. Bright designed built the exploration suits worn by Earth Core. He refuses to be left behind and usually leads the charge into danger. This part at the bottom here isn't accurate. I don't think they ever mentioned that he injures his legs in the cartoon. He might have actually designed the suits, and I think I remember him actually designing the suits, but and there is also save valuable premiums. There's one Earth Core Earth Point. Anyone growing up in the 80s will remember that these points were on everything. I think every toy had a point system that you could save them up and you could redeem them for things. G.I. Joes were good. They had mail-aways. Transformers had mail-aways as well. Surprisingly enough, Inhumanoids didn't actually have any mail-away. So the poor sucker kid that was saving up on these was saving for nothing. You was saving for nothing. But there you have Dr. Derek Bright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this guy up and we'll get a closer look at Derek Bright. And here's Dr. Derek Bright. One thing I actually wanted to, and I forgot to mention when I did the other reviews of the other figures, is that much like every other 80s toy that came out, they always gave you a identification sheet, I guess. It gives you a description of the characters in the wave. So I think you can see that alright. Granic and Decompose, the Granites. There's Magnacore, there's Metlar, there's Magnacore, the other half, you cheap bastards, you use the same figure. There's Tendril, there's my cat in the background. There is Red Sun and Red Lynn. And then on the back we have all the Inhumanoids figures from Earth Core, and then we have the two vehicles. I have all of these guys, so I mean, look forward to seeing reviews on everything. If we just put this aside now and we focus back on Dr. Derek Bright, he is a nice figure. He's got nice coloring with the green and the blue. The green and the blue work very well together. But look at his head. My goodness, look at it. For anyone wondering what happened to Mikey, there's Mikey right there. Mikey is actually Dr. Derek Bright, and he likes it. So we're gonna put the guy's poor helmet on so we don't have to look at him anymore. Vast improvement. It's one of the nicer figures with the helmets. I still like Augur better, but Dr. Derek Bright does look nice. It does raise the question though as to where his hands are. I mean, if his claws are up here, where the hell are his hands? Speaking of his claws, there is articulation in the claws. You have to be very careful though, because I think most collectors of Inhumanoids can all vouch for the fact that the one thing that has broken on most of their toys or most of their figures has been Derek Bright's hands. There's a hinge on both, and an interesting one is this hand here. There's a hinge that lets the claw go back that way, but then it stops there. And you can't move it any further. So I mean, if it falls, or if you push on it, that breaks right off. So finding a good condition of Dr. Derek Bright is very hard to find. That's about all I can really say about the figure itself. It's got nice coloring, I'll give it that. And if I just move this guy aside here, like that, and I bring in Liquidator, and I bring in Augur, like that, and I bring in Herc Armstrong. There you have a shot of all 4 of Earth Core. Great figures. You know, again, and I've said this so often, it's not for everybody, but if you grew up and you like the Inhumanoids cartoon like I did, it's nice to have these guys. I mean, they look nice on a shelf, and Inhumanoids is not a toy line that everybody has. I mean, there are some toys from the 80s that have just been forgotten, and there's people out there that'll agree with me that there's toy lines that, you know, if you were to tell a kid nowadays about, they're like, you know, Inhumanoids, what is that? And it's like, shut up, kid. You know, you don't know what you're missing, kind of thing. But there you have a finished up review of all 4 Inhumanoids Earth Core figures. Next I will be doing the Inhumanoids themselves, so stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. If you want to just comment below, please rate, and please subscribe. So with that, I'll catch you guys later, and later.